Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining this practice. So let's begin our practice by sitting with both heels in front of our pelvis, taking a deep inhale and exhale, closing your eyes, bring the attention to the present moment, calming the mind, calming the breath, being aware of the deepening of the inhale and the deepening of the exhale. During our practice, all our breathing will be done through our nostrils, unless indicated different. Take this time to set up an intention, something that will help you to bring your mind to the present moment. Every time it gets distracted, it gets worried, it gets away from the present moment. Finally, thank yourself for coming to practice, for taking this time for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for your spirit. Softly opening the eyes, bringing hands together for Anjali Mudra, pressing your thumbs against your chest, lowering the chin. Let's begin inhaling, and with the exhale, let's do the mantra Om. Let's begin by putting our thumbs inside of our hand and then covering the thumbs with our fingers, and let's start to roll our wrists. Now change the direction that you're doing. Now extending arms to the side, start to roll your whole forearm in and out, and change direction. Now bring your fingertips towards your shoulders and elbows inside and outside, up, inside, and all the way back, rolling the shoulders forward and changing direction. Now walk your hands forward with a straight spine. Go to, know your limit. Go to a comfortable position. We're starting to activate our spine. We're starting to move. Push your torso up. Bring hands to your knees and opening the chest towards the side and the front. I exhale when I go back, and I inhale when I go forward. Now change the direction. The foot that you have inside, change it to the outside. And the one that was outside, bring it closer towards your pubic bones. And now start to roll your torso towards the other side. Perfect. Coming back to the center, extending the left foot towards the side, the one that is in the front. Inhaling, reaching arms up. And exhaling, let your hands go down to the mat and bring your elbows. More than going down, we want to extend our spine. Make sure both sit bones are on the mat, that your foot, it flexes active. Now, inhaling, pushing your torso up, reaching both arms up, and exhaling, closing your foot, and I place my torso in front of my leg. Bring both hands towards your knee, hug your knee towards the chest, and now let the knee open again towards the side, and keeping the torso in front of your leg in diagonal, start to walk your hands towards your leg that is extended. Taking a deep inhale, extending my spine first towards the front and then lifting my torso. Open your hip again, lifting both arms. My torso is looking to the front again, my leg stays there. Inhaling and exhaling, bring your hand towards your leg. And with each exhale, deepen into the pose. Maybe you want to bring the elbow in front of your leg and create more space to go down. Reaching all the way up. Bring both hands towards your back, changing your leg. Extend the opposite leg towards the side. Inhaling, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhaling, walking your hands forward. Just lowering to the elbows. Always readjusting if you feel it's too much. Close your leg and come back to the forward fold. So it's possible that you feel one leg is different than the other. That's completely normal. So you might be more flexible on one side and have more strength in the other side. Inhale, and with the exhale, push your torso up, closing your knee, shifting your torso to the diagonal of your leg, hugging the knee close to your chest. Inhale and exhale here for activation. Let your leg now open to the side, reaching up to the sky. Inhale, growing a couple of centimeters before reaching to the front leg. Slowly respecting my body, starting to stretch my hamstrings, starting to bend my spine. Pushing your torso up, changing the direction of your hip. Open your hip again towards the front, and inhaling, activating my foot for flex up, your hands towards the sky, and then reaching towards the side. Maybe you want to let your hand fall. With each inhale, I elongate my torso more. With each exhale, I deepen and find space in my pose. Coming back to the center, bring both legs crossed in front of you and push your torso to the front for 4 points, or tabletop position. Here, drop the belly, roll your shoulders towards the ear and back, as well as your sitting bones are looking to the sky with your inhalation here. And with the exhalation, look for the opposite. Pushing in between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, looking up for cow. Exhaling, looking to the navel for cat. Repeating a couple of these. Looking up. Exhaling, down. One more time. Inhale, looking up, and exhaling, down. Coming back to a neutral spine. Looking over your right shoulder towards your heel. Coming back to center. Now opposite direction. Coming back to center. One more time. Inhaling. Back to center. Looking for my heels and activating my spine. Here, walk your hands forward and you can bring elbows towards the mat and let your heart sink here. Or if you want to deepen this pose, extend both hands in front of you and let your heart go towards the mat. Maybe you're here, maybe you have more flexibility and you're here. Letting your heart melt. Inhaling, activating the core first, tucking the tailbone, walking the hands back to all fours or tabletop, and then pushing your hips towards the heels and lifting for your first Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale here. Make your weight even between legs and arms. Maybe you have short tendons like me. Maybe your hamstrings are tight. Not all bodies are capable of reaching heels towards the mat, and that's fine. Just have the intention of projecting energy through it. Walk your dog if you feel like it, bending one knee, bending the other. Inhaling, moving forward for our first table. You can bring your knees down if you need to, or you can stay here if you feel fine. Inhale, pushing in between the shoulder blades, and exhaling, lowering for 4, for 3, for 2, For 1, I arrive to Chaturanga and let the body fall towards the mat. Taking a deep inhale, bring your elbows close to your body and bring your torso up for baby cobra. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale down. Tucking the toes. Now lifting towards upward facing dog. If you want to take all the way, or maybe you want to stay in cobra, wherever it feels better. Inhaling and exhaling, and now bring your hips up, elbows bending, and shift your weight back towards downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale here. And now making your head arrive last and pushing in between your shoulder blades, move forward to plank position, maybe lowering the knees if you need to. Lastly, my head's arrived, so I want to create like a wave thing. Now, exhaling, lowering for Chaturanga. Inhaling, you can stay in baby cobra, or you can go tucking your toes all the way to upward facing dog. Inhale, bring your hips up, bring elbows together and in the middle, and start shifting your weight down to downward facing dog. Taking a deep inhale and exhale here. Now go on your tippy toes, start to project the energy towards the shoulder blades, leaving head last, shifting your weight to plank, taking any variations that I need, lowering slowly to Chaturanga, keeping 90 degrees, keeping my tailbone down, and finally lowering to the mat. Inhaling and raising to upward facing dog, tucking the toes, bring your hips up, bending the knees, bending elbows. Inhale and exhale here in your downward facing dog. Leaving your hands where they are, shift your heels towards one side and your hips towards one side too, and stay there. Inhale and exhale. Come back to the center, come to your tippy toes to rotate. Deepen downward facing dog before moving with my next inhale up, rotating heels towards the side, leaving my hands where they are. Inhaling and exhaling here. Inhaling. Bring your heels up, shifting towards the middle. Deepening into my downward facing dog. Inhale, bring heels up again, shifting to the side. This time, let your body fold towards the side and open to side plank. You can always lower your knee towards the mat if it's too much for you. Inhaling, reaching your hip a little bit more towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hand down, rotating your toes towards the front, deepening into the downward facing dog before moving to the other side. Inhale, bring your hips towards the sky a little bit more before bringing your hand down towards the mat. Make your way to your vinyasa, passing through downward facing dog, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and finishing in downward facing dog again. Inhaling and exhaling, slowly walk towards the front of your mat, leaving your hands close to the mat as well. Leave your torso down in forward fold. Let your head shake yes and shake no. And slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, leaving the head last, making my way to mountain pose, Tadasana. Take a moment to come back to your intention, to calm down your heartbeat, to check your body. Make sure that your kneecaps are active, your quads are active as well, glutes are not squeezing, but they are active. Navel is looking inside for the spine and up. Shoulders are rolling down. Hands are active, leg is long, and we're projecting energy through the universe, through our crown chakra, through the top of our head. Inhaling, bring toes together, heels apart, reaching all the way up, extending, and exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, placing your hands next to your feet. Walk back to plank. Inhale, bring your hips back to downward facing dog. Lifting your right foot towards the sky. Bring your foot, hover in between your arms. Go back to three-leg dog. Now hover your knee close to your shoulder as you shift forward to plank. Go back to three-leg dog. Hover your knee in the middle of your chest and try to go to the opposite arm. Go back to three-leg dog and change the leg. Inhale, deepening the pose. Exhale, reaching the left foot towards the sky. Inhale, bring the knee towards the middle of your chest and hover it as you shift forward for plank pose. Inhaling, move back. Exhale, hold it there. And inhale, bring your knee hover to your wrist. Inhaling, go back. Exhale, hold it there. Inhale deep into the pose before moving forward. Exhaling, hovering the knee and going towards the opposite arm. Exhale back. Go back down to your downward facing dog. Move forward for a vinyasa if you want, or wait in downward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Look in between your hands. Bring right foot forward, 90-degree angle for your back foot. Grow all the way to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Feel the power of this beautiful pose that connects your legs through the ground, and when you shift forward also you receive energy through your palms and through your upper body. Inhaling, reaching back for a side stretch, for a side bend as well, deepening into the pose, reverse warrior. And now bring both hands towards the mat. Reach the back foot towards plank. Go for a vinyasa if you feel like it. Go directly to downward facing dog if you don't. Inhale and exhale here. Reaching left foot towards the sky. Bring it in between your hands. Let your back heel fall to 90-degree angle. Open to Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Let your hips look to the front. Let your legs engage and feel the power through the earth, and then connect through your palms to the universe, to the universal force that makes you wake up every morning, to you, to your loved ones. And with that, I go to my reverse warrior for a stretch, a side stretch, and a side bend. Inhaling, deepening, exhale, going back down for a vinyasa, reaching back my foot, lowering for chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. From here, reaching your right foot towards the sky. Bring your leg and your foot in between, shortening your stand, 45-degree angle, coming to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Opening your toes. You can stay here. You can bring hands together. Remember, you can always widen your stand if you feel you're too wobbly. Always respecting your body. Now interlacing fingers and let the index finger point to the sky. Change your weight forward. Start to lift your back leg and change it to Warrior 3. The torso wants to go down at the same time that your leg goes up. Inhaling, projecting energy to the front and the back. Let your hands go slowly to the mat. Release the back leg towards the back for lunge. The other one follows. Vinyasa. Inhaling, reaching up for upward facing dog, and exhaling, reaching down for downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale with the exhale, lifting left leg up 3-leg dog. Looking in between your hands. Bring your foot forward, 45 degrees, maybe shortening the stand and coming all the way up to warrior 2. Remember to shift weight, to apply weight to the outside edge of your back foot because it tends to go up and we want to connect with the earth. Interlacing fingers, pointing to the sky, shifting weight forward, move towards warrior 3. Inhaling and exhaling here. One more time, inhale, projecting energy. Before I let my knee bend, my hands go to the mat and the leg down. The other one follows. One more time if you feel like it. Vinyasa. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And now bringing knees towards the mat. Hips towards the heels. Maybe squeezing your hands in between and let your shoulders stretch here. Bring one cheek towards the mat. Breathe there and then change it. And breathe in the other side. Inhaling, with the exhale, bring your hands forward, tuck the toes there where you are, and push your torso, trying to leave the head down. Push your hips on top of your heels. If this is too much for you, you can stay here too, with your knees closed. Make your way back to child's pose. Now bring knees together and let's try an active child's pose. So knees together, elbows are together too, and let's push in between our shoulder blades. Inhaling, looking forward, bring your ankles crossing and bring your legs towards Dandasana, staff pose. Inhaling, taking your knees underneath and balancing your weight for Navasana or boat pose. Take a deep inhale before letting your legs go to 90-degree angle. If you're feeling strong, maybe you want to try extend your legs and release your hands. Maybe you want to release your hands here. Don't let your back round. Let's try to strengthen to make it straight. It's okay if I hold my legs. I have to accept my body. I have to respect it. I have to work compassionate with it as he is compassionate with me too and keeps me alive every day. Inhaling. Now maybe try to let go for a few seconds before bring your heels close to your glutes. Land the heels on the mat and slowly rounding, place your back on the mat as well. Let's prepare for half bridge. So bring your heels close to your glutes. Maybe you can slightly touch your heels with your fingertips. Tuck the hip, the pubis bone up so all your back is supported. You can feel your back in the mat because you're pushing against your mat. Let your hands be next to your body. Palms are facing down to help me support my half bridge. And keeping in mind that force that I'm creating to keep my back in the ground, on the mat, start to press your sole of the foot and keeping your back like that. Start to lift your hips towards the sky. Don't let your knees open to the side. Inhale, and with the exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, and with the exhale, try one more time. Pushing your hips. This time, walk your shoulders in, squeezing your shoulders, interlace fingers, letting your index fingers extended and deepening into the pose. Keep breathing, keep projecting your heart and your hips towards the sky. Your glutes should be fire. Inhale with the exhale, untuck shoulders, unroll them, let your hands free and let your hips fall down. If you're an advanced student, this time you might want to try full bridge, or if you want to keep the same, bring your hips up, squeezing shoulders in and hold there for 3 breaths. And then lowering, as well as the advanced students, they can try full bridge. So first, bring your hands, the tip of your fingers are looking inside of your shoulders. Inhaling very mindfully. Sole of the feet are supported in the mat. And as I exhale, I bring my hips up to the sky for full bridge. I can inhale and exhale here. You can also try to extend your legs. Tucking the chin, lowering to the ground. If you finish, your 3 breaths and you were on half bridge. Meet me laying on your back, hugging your knees, going to one side, to the other. Roll back and forth until you make your way to seated position, and then let's try the active child again. So sit on top of your heels, bring knees and elbows together, and just push in between your shoulder blades for this variation of child's pose. Inhale, looking up, walking your hands to tabletop, crossing your ankles again, pushing yourself to Dandasana. Inhaling here. You can walk your hands to the front until they meet the toes, or you can use your strap around it, and then just forward fold with a straight back. Inhaling, reaching your torso up, bring your right foot with you and bring the sole of the foot in your internal part of the elbow and try to hug it around it. Let me just shift so you can see, and then around it again. You can lock your fingers like this, but especially make sure that both sit bones are on the floor and that your spine is growing tall. Inhale and exhale while you rock your baby foot and you give a big hug to your leg, to your foot. You give a big thank for everything that does for you every day, every time. We're very lucky and grateful to have each part of our body, and if we don't, we admire these people that show us how grateful we and how lucky we are. So now let your foot go outside of your quad, hug your knee towards your chest, reaching opposite arm up, cross it on over, and with the opposite hand, reach back for a spinal twist. Inhaling, both arms up. Exhaling, extending the leg in front of you, and now reaching both hands towards the front. Maybe you use your strap, maybe you use your peace fingers around your toes. If you're using the strap, remember to use it around the ball of your feet, never in the arch. And here, just try to project energy towards the crown of your head and towards your coccyx. Inhale and exhaling, deepening into the pose. With the next inhale, come back up, bring your left foot with you. Bring the sole of the feet in the internal part of your elbow. Go around your leg and around it. Grab yourself, your fingers, wherever works for you, And make sure both sitting bones are on the floor, that you're growing tall. One leg might feel different than the other. Rub your leg. Give yourself a big hug here. Thank whatever you believe in. Thank yourself for coming to this practice, for taking this time to take care of you. Inhaling, growing up. Exhaling, let your sole of the foot go outside of your quad. Bring knee close to your chest, opening shoulders, lifting opposite hand up. Exhaling, cross it over, and then the other hand just goes back and use it as a leverage to twist your spine. If you're an advanced student, you can always bind here, whatever is in your practice. Inhaling, reaching both arms up. Exhaling, letting your leg extend back. Now let your hands go towards the front. Maybe you want to place a block in between your legs and separate them a little bit, and just let your torso fall. This time it's okay to round the back because we just want to let the head fall in between your legs. Roll your head up, help yourself with your hands, and let your head arrive last. Inhaling, move your hips forward and maybe placing your hands underneath your knees, start to roll down. Let your knees slightly bend. They don't have to go all the way towards the glutes. Open your arms for T position and let the knees fall towards the right side. Maybe bring one heel on top of your knee to deepen the pose. Untuck the heel, come back to the center and go to the other side. If you put your heel on top of the other knee in the other side, I recommend you do it this time too, so you keep both sides balanced. Come back to the center. Take any final movements. Maybe windshield your knees towards one side and the other. Maybe hugging your knees. And bring your nose in between your knees. And now let one foot go to one corner of the mat, the other to the other corner. Palms are looking up to the sky. Shoulder blades are open on the mat. Glutes are comfortable. Prepare for your last pose, Shavasana, and let every expectation go. Let any critiques go. Let any energy that does not longer serve you go. Don't put so much pressure on yourself and allow yourself to let go. Use this time to practice that. You will hear a bell when it's time to come back, but for now, just let go. I told you. It's okay. Start to bring the attention towards your body again, towards your breath. Wiggle toes and fingers, stretching up, stretching feet together, and slowly moving to one side for a fetal position, using your arm as a pillow and hugging your knees in. Entering this pose, connecting with the time you took this pose for the first time on your mother's womb, when you decided to come live a beautiful, happy life. Connect with that moment of existence. Connect with the simplicity of it. Connect with your internal power, and keeping your gaze down, slowly make your way towards your seated position, a comfortable position. Bring your hands together. One more time. Thank yourself for connecting, for taking the time. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to grow and to guide this practice with you. Let's inhale, and with the exhale, let's chant the mantra Shanti, Shanti, Shanti to close our practice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. From my light to yours. Namaste. I just want to thank really quick, because this is my last YTT class. I want to take a moment to thank Healthletica in Bolton for allowing me to record the majority of my classes here. I want to thank my teacher for always supporting me, for always guiding me through this process. And of course, I want to thank my fellow companions that they came to my classes. They always supported me. They were there for me, giving me their energy. So I really appreciate that. I also want to appreciate and thank my husband, my family, everybody that was a part of this process. And finally, if you want to reach out to me, my social media on Instagram is Healthletica. You can find it there, and also you can find me on YouTube. I'm uploading a very nice material there too at YouTube. So it's Healthletica, Heilyoga. It's not easy for me spelling in English, but I practice it for you. And one more time, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy looking this process of learning. And thank you, Sasha.